Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sworn Club Show. This is an official show of the Sworn Club. Are you a member of the Sworn Club? If you're not, you should be. What you'd get to start is a cool membership kit, including your card, prints, and other goodies. Also, you get a 24-hour advantage on all Coffin Comics news and a 1-hour advantage on the great majority of all promotions, and we are working on some other cool stuff for the near future. And we're in year 5, if you can imagine. Absolutely amazing. So if you look behind me, you're going to see there's some goodies here. That's because I'm going to award some lucky Sworn Club members. But before we do that, let's get into it with some latest news at Coffin Comics. First up, everybody, you got to know that right here and right now, we are doing our own crowdfunding for La Muerta Nemesis. That's right, La Muerta Nemesis has our street-level vigilante facing off against the Hoodoo Princess of New Orleans, Madame Midnight. There's a cool backup story in that one featuring Billy Tucci's She. If you haven't, back this campaign right now on our official crowdfunding campaign platform called coffinlaunch.com. Super easy to use. Great feedback. Next up, I got to tell you, everybody, not this weekend, but next weekend, we invite Sora Sung to Coffin Comics HQ, I'm calling it, compound, whatever it is. And that is on in person, April 19th. Now, we're going to kick off that campaign, that promotion a couple of days before on the Wednesday. But Sora Sung herself will be at Coffin Comics headquarters on April 19th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we cordially invite you to be here for it because it's going to be amazing and memorable and historic. And, if we can, let's show some of the cool, let's show you a teaser of that imagery. So this is a teaser. Sora has done 4 all new covers for this. Holy mackerel. And look, I'll give you an exclusive Sworn Club tease. They all have a fairy tale theme. This is the first time we've ever broached that theme. And Sora, this was her idea, thought it's phenomenal. Wait till you see what she has prepared for you guys and gals. So be there. What can I tell you? Be there. Be unreasonable. Plant wherever you are. Do you live in Antarctica, Alaska, Belgium? Come to Coffin Comics HQ because it is a good time, everybody. 11 to 2, April 19th. Next up, if you could believe it, we are doing a coffin launch for our all-new Jenny Frisson coins. Holy mackerel, everybody. We made these coins in the Goliath format. And here's the silver one. There's going to be 3 coins. This is the silver, limited to 666. There is the bronze or copper, limited to 299. And there is the gold, limited to 99. See a lot of people showing up on the stream like Solomon, what up, yo? Substitute Angel, Omega, and Glitch. 2nd Street Marvel saying Sworn. That's right. Sworn, everybody. Oh, yeah, these coins are dope, and they're coming out. We are launching that particular campaign on, April 24th at 6 p.m. This week, I'm going to do another preview of it so you get a sense of it. And we're actually introducing a Jenny Frisson Stoic fine art print, 18 by 24 inches. Absolutely incredible. We had to. Do you see that image? We had to do it. Next up, oh yeah, everybody, it's 4 weeks away, 444, until we launch Ladies Satanis Looks That Kill. You guys missed that hair metal era, or do you detest that hair metal era? You got to admit, it was a lot of fun. That was when music and metal was good times, baby. And this story, Looks That Kill, takes place during that era. It's written by myself and Mike McLean, illustrated by Allison Rodriguez, the same gentleman who illustrated La Muerta Lady Death last year and the year before, the Chaotica story. And it is a fun one. Outcast says, did you say there will be more comics this year than what's on the schedule? I didn't say that. Our schedule is packed enough. Look at it. This is the schedule. We're right in the middle of this one. That's coming up. Then we have Lady Gunfighter. Then we have Lady Death, Immortal Deception. Then we have Mike Morg, Evolution, rounding out his first storyline. Then we have Hell Witch Executioner, We round out the year with the Pirate Queen story. We got a lot. Let me see what else we have on our upcoming news before we get to some of the other goodies and the other activities. Let's see some updates. So we have shipped the great majority of the Deadly Trio. We sent out the digital. There might be a couple little straggler orders. They're going to be coming your way shortly. And then I am happy to announce that for Hell Witch, Lady Death, Hellgasm, we got the offset printing in today. And it's looking decent, everybody. Yeah. And then last but not least, I want to let you know that this Friday coming up, we have Eternal Sabbath Phase 4. Now, look, we print to order generally and leave a little extra for loss and damage. And in the end, we might have a couple of extra copies. So we offer them on Friday. And I think we're offering stuff. Let's see. We're featuring Art of Dan Mendoza. Wow. Jim Ballant, Mike Diodato, Jesse Witchman, Colette Turner. There's some goodies. Now, it's going to be very few of each, but hey, man, get in on it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Eye of the Watcher. Can't wait for Hell Witch. This is going to be a good one, everybody. Look, Coffin plays for keeps. There's no like passive storyline, you know, where they're all playing softball in the yard. This is like we go for broke. And Hexecutioner is intense. You should ask yourself, why would we entitle a story Hexecutioner? I will say no more. You're really going to have to read it to find out why. Let's see here. Then Matthew Stapleton, I finally made a live stream. Mosh Pit Matt, who is the eternal seeker of Arizona, who went down south and he did a southern tour of Arizona, including Tombstone and Bisbee. He stayed at a haunted hotel. He's got stories to tell. Check in with him. And let's see here. Lady Satanis, Substitute Angel says, beautiful art. It is superb. All right, everybody. That's enough of me babbling. I'm going to throw it to video. And when I come back, we're going to pick some winners from the Sworn Club to get some free swag. Action on the video. The game is coming, everybody, and the next step on the game is some of the beta testing that you guys and gals who back that part of the tier can get in on starting during San Diego Comic-Con, which is late July. Should be great, everybody. Thanks for checking that out. Everything's coming along fantastically. All right, look right around here. You're going to see some question marks. And over here, you're actually going to see all the current members of the Sworn Club. And I'm about to gift some people some goodies. So let's see what's the first thing we're going to give. Boom. Some great stuff, man. A little Mike Chrome just for being a Sworn Club member. Sora Sung, speaking of which, even Zach the Zombie Exterminator. Whoops, I'm blocking the light. What am I thinking? All right, without further ado, you know how we do it. I'm going to announce everyone's name is written in here that's current, and I am going to announce their first name, okay, and their last letter. So that's Richard T. Richard T., you just got some goodies from your pals at Coffin Comics. Let's do it again, everybody. All right, we got some classics here, some beauties. I'm giving these away just for being Sworn Club member. John Boy Myers, La Muerta, Zach the Zombie Exterminator. This is a cool Dawn of the Dead homage. I love the tagline. He's humanity's hope, we're screwed. That kind of tells you the whole vibe of the story. It is indeed a comedy, but really heartfelt. All right, who is the next lucky Sworn Club member to get these out-of-print books? Boom. Ah, I see. It is Greg G, everybody. Greg G. Greg G, thank you so much for being a Sworn Club member. All right, one more, everybody. But stay tuned. Next up, we're going to have a cool little segment called Remember This. And then after this, it'll be an informal conversation between you and I about all things coffin. I'll start it off with some pop culture observations. But holy mackerel, getting wicked here with Hell Witch, Lady Sotanus. Miguel Apodaca says, love me some Zach. That's cool. Zach loves you, man. And then another Zach. I love these. This is, by the way, this is an Alex Ronald cover. So all the featured characters in the story. Let's see here. Outcast says, we got Deadly Trio even though it wasn't on the 2024 schedule. That's true. Okay, good point. Point well taken. But that was shared. That was between us and our friends at Paper Films and our friends over at Crusade Comics. All right, let's pick one final person. I'm going to dig deep on this one. And we got Matt C. Matt C. Thank you for being a Sworn Club member. And just for that reason alone, y'all getting a bunch of swag. That's pretty cool. All right, stand by. Check out this video, and I'll be right back.
Mysticism and the occult have always been a cornerstone in the world of La Muerta. From battling drug cartel leaders who practice brujeria, to going toe-to-toe with the vengeful ghost La Llorona, to even being haunted by Santa Muerta herself, you'd think La Muerta had encountered any kind of supernatural element there was out there until now. My name is Joel Gomez. I'm the series illustrator for La Muerta since 2015. And in La Muerta Nemesis, Maria Diaz, aka La Muerta, encounters something she's really never encountered before in the mysterious, murderous character Baron X. What is he about? What are all these killings associated to? Find out more in the latest chapter, now available on Coffin Lunch from Coffin Comics. I hope you check it out.
All right, everybody, welcome back. So this is a segment we like to call Remember This, because your boy over here has been up to shenanigans in the comics industry since 1991. So today's Remember This is, check it out. This is a videotape from the 1996 Chaos Comics Halloween Bash. Oh yeah, check it out. This was a VHS format, and it has all the goodies on there. There's Francisca Pulido. There's like a whole cast of characters. And I don't know if you have a physical copy of this, but here's the cool thing. It is on YouTube, all of it. Also, it's on our YouTube channel. So just search Halloween Bash, and the madness is in there, man. It's real. It was a good time had by all, and not easy to find anymore. So that's my Remember This for this particular segment. So stand by. I'm going to roll one more video, and then we're going to get into like hanging with Brian. So throw into video. Hi, this is Brian Pulido, creator of Lady Death, and I'm presenting an all-new 48-page original graphic novel entitled Lady Death, Savage Reign. Trapped in a barbaric realm, ruled with an iron fist by the vengeful sorceress Crucibella, Lady Death finds herself without her sword and her powers. Hired by a local tribal queen to retrieve a treasure stolen by Crucibella's bounty hunters, Lady Death's success brings ruination to the tribe. Consumed by vengeance, Lady Death intends to make Crucibella pay with her life. But how can she prevail against such a powerful, wicked foe? And what nefarious secrets lie buried in the stolen treasure that Crucibella is so desperate to possess? It's an epic tale of sword and sorcery. Please back our campaign now and tell everyone you know. Thanks so much. Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, that was showing you Savage Reign, which completed itself a little while ago, and we're about to go to press on that one. And look, this part of the journey here, where we round it up, is an informal Q&A, where I give you some of my pop culture observations and then ask you questions, or you could ask me questions about Coffin Comics, near future, and all that stuff. So I'm going to let you know some of the things that I've been enjoying. So I just read a 3-book series began with a book called 2 Seconds Later. It was a 3-book series, and it was about a potential post-apocalyptic story. I think I'm a little in the dark, so I'm going to come over here a little bit more, get a little more light. There we are. Let there be light. So the story 2 seconds later kind of proposed, what if an electromagnetic pulse went off, which was a nuclear detonation on the eastern, middle, and western seaboard of the United States, and like everything electronic no longer works. So the first storyline takes place in the first 2 years of that, and it's terrible. You know, terrible meaning is really bad for the survivors. And then the next book is about the next couple of years, and the third book is about 5 years later from that. So it's a 3-book series. I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it. I have no idea who the writer was, but I know the title of the first one, which I got on Amazon, is 2 seconds later. And for better or for worse, I'm always reading post-apocalyptic fiction. If it's not zombie stuff, I'm just curious, you know, like all these crazy scenarios. So Amazon feeds me suggestions, and I just get them. Now, in terms of shows, Francisca and I just finished watching 1924. That's the Taylor Sheridan story, which is a prequel to Yellowstone. And we finished season 2, episode 7, I think it was, which was a 2-hour episode. It's amazing. This guy, Taylor Sheridan, I don't know what that guy's drinking, but every one of his shows is fantastic. Let's see here. All right, so feel free to ask questions if you like. And as far as all the Taylor Sheridan shows, we watched The Landman and enjoyed it. We are watching Mayor of Kingston with that Sylvester Stallone one. All of them, they're all good. The one we haven't seen is Yellowstone, but I think we'll see it later in the year. We just don't have that channel Peacock, and we're just gonna like watch all our different shows. So the other thing that I saw on Friday night on In Demand was a documentary called Becoming Led Zeppelin, which is about a 2-hour documentary on the formation of Led Zeppelin. And this was an officially sanctioned by the band documentary. It featured interviews with all the surviving members and a lost interview with John Bonham. And if Led Zeppelin means anything to you, you will adore this. And if Led Zeppelin means nothing to you, you got to come correct and learn that Led Zeppelin is the jam. Like if I could only have one band, you know, that desert island concept, if I could only bring one band with me to listen to for the rest of my life, it would be Led Zeppelin. So just so you and I get that sorted out. All right. Let's see here. Solomon says La Muerta is like a stepsister to the Punisher. I think that could be fair. Maybe the Punisher meets the Crow, right? And then Outcast says, I really hope one day Coffin will become as big as Image Comics or something. I think Coffin Comics is absolutely enjoying its own ride and its own destiny, and whatever happens, happens. And we have no complaints. Coffin Comics is doing tremendous. Thanks to you guys and gals out there. We're very happy. Let's see here. Yeah, so feel free to ask any kind of questions. Let's see, my other pop cultural observations. All right, so on Prime, Francisca and I binge watched this show called The Refugees. And here was the premise. It's set in the present, and suddenly 3 billion people from the future arrive, right? And it's just about what happens. And it was a mixed bag. I kind of like the science fiction element the most, but it frequently was very much like a melodramatic family story. But I really liked the basic premise of all these millions and billions of people just showing up. And what do you do with all these extra people? Let's see here. Matthew Stapleton, will the Sora Song event have grading available? If not, no worries. There are no plans for grading on this particular campaign. If we can make any changes to that, I'll let you know. Is Sapphire Nova married? Asking for a friend. Friends don't kiss and tell. You're going to have to find that out on your own. But Sapphire Nova is awesome. She's an ally of Coffin Comics. I consider her like a sisterly kind of person. And I am happy to say that thanks to everyone who contributed to her GoFundMe, she got to have her treatment, go down to Mexico. And I guess we will see next. She'll let us know how things are proceeding. That'll be cool. Let's see, other pop cultural observation stuff I'm reading. Well, if you can believe it, I'm a longtime Captain America fan. I say that all the time. But one storyline that I possessed but have not read until recently is the storyline called Truth, which is a 7-issue series written by a guy named Robert Morales and illustrated by Kyle Baker. And it tells the story of Isaiah Bradley, the potential first Captain America. Thought it was fantastic. Very unexpected style of art, very cartoony, but a really excellent story. I have enjoyed Isaiah Bradley in the Falcon Winter Soldier storyline in Brave New World. Totally into that character. So it was great to finally read the story about that one. Let's see here. Well, I'll tell you what. I give anybody 60 seconds to ask a question. Then if not, I'm gonna go sign comics because we just got the Hell Witch Lady Death in, and that's what I gotta do. Let's see. Eye of the Watcher said it is a good story. Thank you so much. We agree on that. A couple other nerdy things. Over the weekend, I completed my Marvel run of Godzilla 1 through 24 with Herb Trimpe art. Yay me. And I also completed my run of Marvel Spotlight number 12 through 24, which featured Son of Satan. So collecting goals achieved, happy about those kinds of things. And if you're a fellow collector like me, it never ends. And that's what I know. Look, let's make it simple. This has been great, and you're awesome. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. You've been great. I've been Brian Pulido. I'm going to holler at you later.
War.